What is up, guys? Welcome to another Littlewargame video. It's been a little while since I've made a YouTube video, so I do apologize for that. But just been pretty busy. Have not really touched Littlewargame in probably 3 or 4 weeks now. But getting back into it, and we're just grinding out some ladder games here. I'm gonna be playing a 1v1 on Discord.
As you wish, sir.
And I don't know who I'm playing against, but I guess we'll find out together as we get through this match. So I'm just going to be going standard 1-den expand just because I was not really thinking about the build. I usually do go for some kind of castle first on this particular map.
As you wish, sir.
But
As you wish, sir.
1-den is slightly safer, and it's just kind of, it's like your bread and butter build, really, and it gives you a lot of flexibility in scouting and reactions, etc. And a lot of people, if you're playing especially someone you don't recognize and who might be maybe a little less skilled than you, it's always okay to go for this kind of safer play, just so you don't lose to a 2-racks type strategy. Because a 2-racks can be slightly tricky to defend. It is defendable, in my opinion at least, from castle first, but you do have to be very on point with your micro, and I think your opponent might have to also not play perfectly, if that makes sense. So, obviously 1-den is safer in that respect. Although, even a 1-den can lose to 2-racks if you're not paying attention. You're not microing correctly. And you did see I sent my wolf up here because this is like a common 2-rack spot. If you're gonna 2-racks on Discord, pretty much the only spot you can do it is up here. Other than that, it would be down here, but that's gonna be in the path of your first wolf anyway. He went for an archer first, so I can just trade with an archer. Fighting like head-to-head like this is excellent for the beast player. And I should be able to just avoid this soldier and put the damage down on this, Oh, he's got a tower. So, when I see a tower like that, okay, so this is just incorrect build on his part. You don't need a tower with a run-racks expand. You don't want a tower with a run-racks expand. This is just poor build choice by him. And I pretty much already know as soon as I see that I'm going to win this game, because it's just such an incorrect play. You might be wondering, why is it incorrect? Because there's really no reason you'd want to defend your main gold mine this early in the game and spend 125 gold on that. It's just quite incorrect. Not only are you going to be wasting all that gold, you're basically not getting that gold back. Oh, this is core micro. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thought out, and I'm not, Lost a wolf, which is quite poor. Control. That's okay. Don't lose a wolf. I don't know how I got that wolf. That was a bit of a sniper. Where was I? Hard to talk and micro at the same time. Of course, my micro is always fairly poor, so need to work on that. Let's get a second den and just kind of start putting on some solid pressure. This tower is basically just a complete waste, because if you're going to put a tower, you might as well put it out where your second castle is going to be, because defending one base is never going to get you anywhere, because your opponent is just going to get 2 bases out. I did trade a wolf for that. In fact, I traded 2 wolves for it, but still, it's excellent because I have more money anyway, so I just want to continually trade and kill units. And as the beast player, in my opinion at least, it's always good to just keep the army count low, if that makes sense. Just always kill units, trade damage, and that. If he chases with the workers, he's losing mining time, which is fine. Let's get our third base. The third base could have been a little sooner, but it's fine.
Certainly, sir.
Keep up house production. And as you can see, his saturation on his natural base is extremely low, so he's not going to be able to do anything.
I stand ready,
And
sir.
we'll just get our castle up. So this is basically just your bread and butter standard beast versus Rax. You're going to want to put pressure on with your wolves, do what damage you can, and then you're just going to macro up to a very quick 3-base setup.
Certainly, sir.
As you can see, I'm already maxed out workers on my natural base. I think I'll get my fortress next, start getting dragon production up. I need to get around the soldiers so his tower doesn't start fighting with. And I didn't lose any wolves there, I just traded HP, and of course HP for wolves regens. So I'm fine with that trade.
Certainly, sir. At once, sir.
Continue to build
Certainly, sir.
continue to build workers, continue to build tech. We want to make sure he doesn't get a what's it called? A third base, because we should have map control at this point. And we're just gonna go straight for our dragons. Because I'm so far ahead, and I kind of want to end this game, I'm not gonna go too heavily into upgrades. I'm gonna actually throw down I'm gonna kind of commit more heavily to the dragon tech, I've decided.
I stand ready, sir.
Generally, I don't think that's ideal. I'm going to actually throw down 2 layers, which is not ideal, in my opinion, versus Rax, because of the extreme cost of dragons. But I feel like in this situation, I want to... whoa. Bit of a mistake. I should have been able to spot that. But this is actually very good for me, because these soldiers are all going to die. Let's get armor first. Generally, against beast players, you want, or against. So this is a mistake on his part, but he's already so far behind, it doesn't really matter. Basically, he's going to lose that entire force, and now he basically is going to take forever for him to rebuild his army. And he can't take a third base now because he lost that army. Usually as a Rax player, you have to be very, very, very careful whenever you decide to attack a beasting player, because if you lose that army, it takes you a long time to replace it. And especially if you're on 2 bases, basically if you don't kill him with that pressure, you lose the game. He's on 4 Rax now, so it's going to just take him forever to actually rebuild this army. And now that he's losing this is basically GG. There's really no way for him to recover from this position. I should probably take another base.
As you wish, sir.
I'm going to start my dragons.
Certainly, sir.
And again, double layer is not ideal, but it's fine because I'm already basically won this game. If that makes any sense.
As you
And I just kind of want to win quickly. Also, I'm very, very, very far ahead in gold. In a standard Beast versus Rax game, you're not going to be this far ahead in gold. Because the Beast player will be able to secure a third base usually. Oh, did I make him... for some reason, I see the problem. R is bound, so I hit R to cancel, and I accidentally started up the range upgrade. Which is relatively annoying. But, we're not going to worry about that. In Beast vs. Rax, you got to be very careful about how many dragons you build. You don't want too many dragons, because they are extremely expensive. They are 285 gold, which is just crazy expensive. So even though the units are very good, and just wolves are great at trading against archers. I should start building up my wolf count again. I'm trading out these wolves. Probably should not have taken that fight, because even though I can take it, alright. Even though I can take that fight fine, it's not ideal, certainly. as I'm taking this fight, let me just quickly point out something here, and that is dragons have stacking damage, which means whenever they hit something that's on top of each other, like for example these workers, as they're mining against the gold mine, they stack up, and as a result, your dragons will actually do splash damage to those. So you want to take advantage of that fact and always target the workers that are stacked up against the gold mine. So I didn't really do that perfectly there, but that's should generally be your objective.
I stand ready, sir. Yes.
Let's get a tower, 'cause why not? And I'm just adding a bunch of wolf dens down, and also attack upgrades. I'm going up to 5 dragons. You don't really need more than that, especially since he's already built what's it called? He's already built some build a house down here because I'm needing more supply. He's already built a ballistay, as I found out. I'm just gonna bring the dragons back and kill this horse. Shoot, I'm not gonna bring these dragons back. So whenever you see a tower, you can still harass with dragons. In fact, dragons are still excellent. You basically just target the workers and ignore the tower. As you can see here. And because of my upgrades, so he does have ballistays here, so I'm going to probably lose some dragons, but it's fine. And at this point, I'm just going to max out on wolves. I'm going to keep building upgrades. I'm going for attack. I technically should have gone for armor. That's a mistake. But whatever. We don't even care. Don't even care. I'm gonna add another upgrade. I'm also gonna get a 6th base. So this is not like perhaps the most what's the word? This is not the most like enlightening game, I would say, because I was so far ahead from the very early game. But there's certainly things you can take away from this, especially like if you want to learn how to play racks. There's a couple major mistakes that this guy made. Starting out with the tower, basically against a good beast player, you've already lost the game if you build that tower, basically. And that may sound a little strange if you're a newer player and you don't really understand this game, but basically spending that much gold early game is going to put you so far behind that, in my opinion at least, it's pretty much impossible to come back unless your opponent makes a massive mistake. And the basic reason behind that is because, as I was trying to say earlier, protecting your main gold mine doesn't help you when your opponent has 2 gold mines and double worker production. Your opponent's getting so much more gold, and he's going to be able to have far more units than you, and he's going to take his 3rd base way faster than you, and he's just going to win from that position. Even if you fight very cost efficiently, I'm just going to have far more gold. So, you want to take your 2nd castle as quickly as possible. Don't spend extra gold on your tower there. And that's basically the main takeaway from this game. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to be making probably maybe 2 videos a week. See how that goes. And I'll catch you guys later.